What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and today we're taking a look at a goldmaking strategy that is absolutely ridiculously easy to set up. It is arguably one of the easiest ones to set up and start making gold with, and the profitability here is actually way bigger than I was imagining, and it's pretty good. Now before we get into the strategy, I'm just gonna say that most of my goldmaking videos, this one included, are available in early access to people that have my goldmaking guide for the War Within, which if you don't have it yet, the link to it is down below, both in the video description and the pinned comment. And just to give you a little bit of information about the guide itself, it is a gold making guide where we deep dive into the aspects of gold making. We talk about farming, like solo farming, group farming, where to farm with explicit examples of where to go, what professions to have, what builds to have, and we also talk a lot about crafting. I like farming and I like showing you where to farm, but I also like the aspect of when you have enough gold and you have farmed quite a bit, you can start making a lot more gold by using professions and crafting for profit. So me, I like shuffling a bit, I like crafting, I really like professions, and in the War Within there are so many options. Like with the knowledge point system, there are so many paths to take, and there's so many different ways to make gold, and I really love that. So in the guide we talk way more about how to spend your knowledge points, like which builds to go for, and the different builds you can go for as well, and where to spend knowledge points for those builds. In addition to that, we have explicit examples of what to craft and how to spend your concentration points. And aside from that, we talk about way more gold making, like shuffles you can do, and even gold making strategies using the auction house and stuff like that. I'm basically trying to touch on every aspect of gold making, not only farming, not only crafting, but a little bit of everything. In addition to that, when you buy the guide, you get updates sent to you for free, so you only have to pay for the guide once, and you get access to a premium gold making Discord server where I post all the time, and that's where I give you guys early access to videos as well. That means that if I talk about investments, for example, you will have access to those before they go public. Same thing goes with farming and even shuffles like this, you can see them before they're public. And if that's interesting to you, then check out the guide through the link down below. Now for today we're talking about herbalism and mining, but we're actually not talking about farming. We are going to be shuffling using herbalism and mining, and some of you guys might know what I'm talking about right now, and some of you might be sitting there like a question mark. And what we are doing is we are refining. Now the reason why I say this is a really easy build to set up is that you only need a certain amount of knowledge points. Now I'm going to be focusing on the herbalism aspect of this, but you can also use it in, for example, mining by refining bismuth, refining ackewrite, or even refining ironclaw ore. Now that requires a little bit more of a setup, and for example speccing into ackewrite to learn to refine ackewrite and stuff like that. But even in mining, the only one you really care about is bismuth. What did I just say? Bismuth, there we go. So you want to have the ability to refine quality 2 into quality 3. Quality 1 to quality 2 will never be profitable, by the way. It might have been early on, but never again. So you want to focus on going from refining quality 2 to quality 3. So even though we're talking about herbalism mainly, let's just talk about the mining build. For mining, you just want to have 40 points in bismuth, and that's it. That's all you need to have. Nothing else will benefit that build at all. Even the tools you have doesn't matter, because when you are refining, you are only working with resourcefulness. Now it also says multicraft, but the thing is, you can't get any of these stats. You cannot get resourcefulness or multicraft on your gathering tools. Now the one thing you might be able to use, which is not active at the moment, but that is the file of bountiful seasons, I think it's called, right? This one right here can give you resourcefulness during the winter season. Now apparently, according to Blizzard, winter hasn't started yet, so this one still gives you finesse, but when this one shifts to giving you resourcefulness instead, if that works in herbalism plus mining, you can at least get 135 resourcefulness, making this even better. So mining is super simple, just get yourself 40 points into bismuth. Now when it comes to herbalism, that is even easier to set up, and you just need to have 40 points in this one right here, the bountiful harvest. You don't need to spec into the specific herb you want to refine, you just need to have the main 40 points. So 40 points here gives you the access to refine herbs quality 3, and by doing this you can put in any herb you want into the refine Castlegar herbs category. Now, I recently tested this out, so I'm going to be showing you my stats from a real-time environment right here, and this is using the gold prices of Arthur's spear between 100 gold, 120 gold, and 124, and you can see the price of Arthur's spear, quality 2, is 21 gold. That means that if quality 3 is over 105 gold, we are making a profit, but you also have to count in the auction house fee, which is 5%, so you can add another 5 gold on top, which means if rank 3 is higher than 110 gold, you will always make a profit. But then the question is, how much gold per hour would you make? In this case, we bought 4,650 of them for about 100,000 and 300 gold. I'm going to keep the math simple here and round down to 100,000, and we'll try to round the result down as well to the closest 1,000. So doing this, we are just going to refine and click refine all, so we can just stand AFK basically. You can do 200 crafts with one click, so if you have bought 5,000 RSR spare, then that just requires you to click 5 times. Now the one thing you could do here is pick up a aerated file of quick hands. This is the crafting file from the Dragonflight expansion, which for some reason still works in the War Within. This gives you 30% more crafting speed, so if you're refining quite a lot, well, you can just make more gold per hour by doing that, by crafting even faster. So for me right now, I have 60% crafting speed, 30% from the Weaver buff in Ashkahet, and then 30% from this flask. I could also buy the War Within flask for another 10% from quality 2, but it doesn't really matter at the moment. Now, we started crafting at 3:44 PM in-game time in the top right corner, and we're going to be ending crafting. We spend about 15 minutes crafting here, I believe, so 3:44, we should be ending about 3:59 when it comes to the crafting session. And as we can see here, it's now 3:59 PM. I'm not sure how good visually that is in the top right corner, but 3:59. So we have spent 15 minutes crafting. You can also see there's 15 minutes left on the file as well. So refining all of those took exactly 15 minutes, and we're gonna see exactly how much gold we make in real time. Once again, we spent just over 100,000 gold. It was 100,300 gold, and we made 116,200 gold. That is about 16,000 gold profit, but you also have to remove a little bit of gold. It's about 16,000 gold profit, but you also have to remove a little bit of that for the auction house cut, so we can remove about 5,000 gold from that as well. That still gives us about 11,000 gold profit in 15 minutes, or 44,000 gold per hour, literally just refining herbs. Now, 44,000 gold per hour is absolutely not anything crazy, but when it comes to how easy this is, that is great, because you don't need to have any acuity for this. Like, you don't have to do any acuity farming, you don't have to care about having green or blue tools. Like, you can go in without the green tools as well. The only requirement here is to have 40 knowledge points in herbalism, which you can pick up by doing your weeklies, or even just buying the herbalism book. Like, the herbalism books for the acuity you get for free, you can buy one of those books. That's 15 knowledge points right there. So 40 knowledge points should be very easy to set up, and then by having 40 knowledge points, anyone can make 44,000 gold per hour. And the thing is, the prices here fluctuates like crazy. Sometimes it goes down a little bit, and sometimes it goes up by a lot. Looking at, for example, Undermine.exchange here, we have this from earlier today, and I was looking at this before buying them as well. Now, if you take a look here, on Saturday, this is looking at quality 3, by the way. Quality 3 was priced all the way up to 182 gold each. I recently sold, like right now, they were 124. That is almost 60 gold more for quality 3. By just selling at the right time. So the prices here once again fluctuates like crazy, and you can catch some really good profit margins here by just watching the market and seeing what happens. People are flipping, especially Arthur's Spear, pretty much all the time, and even though I was doing Arthur's Spear in this video, I'm just gonna say keep an eye out on all of them. Even in mining, sometimes Bismuth quality 3 gets flipped as well, so look at the disparity between quality 2 and quality 3 for example Bismuth, and if it's way more than 5 times the price, like right now Bismuth quality 2 is 20 gold, bismuth quality 3 is 112 gold. That means we are making a profit on that as well, but a little bit less than the Addon For Spear. Now in Herbalism, the main ones that I usually make gold on are Addon For Spear, Orbinids, and also the Lure Drop. So I usually check the price for Lure Drop quite often. This one tends to be profitable every now and then, and I mean at the moment, quality 2 is 26.3 gold. Quality 3 is 145. This is arguably one of the easiest shuffles to set up and start making gold from. I recently made a video on the Gleaming Shatter profit, which is actually the same profitability as this, but to set up a shattering character, you need to have about 120 knowledge points in enchanting, you need to have 100 skills in enchanting, and you want to have 3 blue tools in enchanting as well. So the requirement for that shuffle to make the same gold as this one is way more, like 4 times the knowledge points, or 3 times the knowledge points, and you need to spend over 100,000 gold skilling up enchanting, and you need to farm acuity to get the tools. For Herbalism, the only requirement is having 40 knowledge points. That's insane. So hopefully this video helps some of you out, make some gold. It is definitely it's not even just one of the easiest, it is the easiest shuffle to get into to start making some gold. So once again, hopefully that was helpful to some of you, and if it was, let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any other super simple shuffles like this, let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.